African Diaspora News family. My name is Reneilwe Morema and I am your host right here on the African Diaspora News channel. I'm reporting live from Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm sure you've seen the explosive fight in the Oval Office that happened between Ukraine President Zelenskky and the United States President Donald Trump and Vice President WW3 Vance by now. Basically, Trump and Vance got mad at Zelenskyy for not being thankful enough. And we both know what they meant when they said he's not thankful enough. They actually meant that, hey, why don't you sign over the rights to your country's minerals to America to show how thankful you are that we funded this war of yours? And if you think about it, America has the right to ask Ukraine for the rights to their minerals. I mean, billions of the American taxpayers' money is funding a war America did not even start. A war that is not even beneficial to the American economy. A war that is a liability to the world because it might spark World War III, as WW3 Vance and Trump said.
You're gambling with World War III. You're gambling with World War III. And what you're doing is very disrespectful to the country, this country, that's backed you far more than a lot of people said they should have.
Have you said thank you once this entire meeting? No, in this entire meeting, have you said thank you? You went to Pennsylvania and campaigned for the opposition in October. Offer some words of appreciation for the United States of America and the president who's trying to save your country.
Please, you think that if you will speak very loudly about the war, you can...
He's not speaking loudly. He's not speaking loudly. Your country is in big trouble.
Can I
Wait a
answer?
minute. No, you've done a lot of talking. Your country is in big trouble.
I know.
You're not winning. You're not winning this. You have a damn good chance of coming out okay because of us.
Mr. President, we are staying in our country, staying strong from the very beginning of the war. We've been alone, and we are thankful. I said thanks
you haven't
in
been
this
alone.
cabinet.
You haven't been alone.
In this cabinet.
We gave you, through this stupid president, $350 billion.
You voted
we gave
for
you
your
military equipment, and your men are brave, but they had to use our military.
Yes. What about
if you didn't have our military equipment, if you didn't have our military equipment, this war would have been over in 2 weeks.
In 3 days, I heard it from Putin. In 3 days. This is something
maybe
new.
Less.
In 2 weeks, of course, yes.
It's going to be a very hard thing to do business like this.
Again,
I tell you.
Just say thank you.
I said a lot of times
Except that there are disagreements, and let's go litigate those disagreements rather than trying to fight it out in the American media when you're wrong. We know that you're wrong.
But you see, I think it's good for the American people to see what's going on.
I understand, sir.
I think it's very important. That's why I kept this going so long.
I feel like the Joe Biden's administration fed into Zelensky's delusion that he could probably come out of this victorious and unscathed. The Biden administration's action have been primarily driven by a risk management logic, less so a war-winning strategy. Fear of escalation has delayed key decisions and negatively impacted the course of the war for Ukraine. And you know, Russia continues to skillfully exploit and sustain this logic by feeding the narrative of nuclear Armageddon that Zelenskyy is driving by. Kyiv wants Washington to align with its strategic objectives and defeat Putin in Ukraine. Zelenskyy's victory plan is, of course, a war plan that calls for military and financial support, increased sanction pressure on Russia, and a new post-war security arrangement with the United States. The financial support which Ukraine has been getting from America since the start of the war in 2022 has given Zelenskyy this delusion that he could win this war unscathed, like I've mentioned, and I blame Joe Biden's administration of pumping over $55 billion of military aid to Ukraine. This dwarfs U.S. spending on any other war in recent history and is a mere fraction of its $841 billion annual military budget. The way that they were going on in the Oval Office gave me the sense that Zelenskyy does not want this war to end because he uses it as a means to stay in power, and his ego will not allow him to admit that he is facing defeat. And that is the main reason why his people are being killed. The European Union has riled up Zelensky into believing that he can take on Russia and they will be there to support him every step of the way. And that plan looks like it's falling apart. They are literally watching this war unfold from the sidelines while Zelensky is pressuring Trump to pump in more money so he can prove a point. Like, honestly, Americans can't keep on pumping money on a losing cause. Right now, Zelensky is in no position to bargain with America or anyone for that fact. Threatening America did not sit well with Trump and Vance, and that is why they reacted the way they reacted, and it was warranted. And I fully support how they spoke to Zelensky. Zelensky literally told them to give him money to continue the war and defeat Russia, or else America will face more conflicts in the Middle East, Southeast Asia, and Africa, where Russia seeks influence. His argument is that Putin's territorial gains in Ukraine clearly show that the entirety of the free world could not stop military revisionism. Basically, Zelensky is saying, give me money or risk World War III. That was no way to speak to your funders. It literally shows how ungrateful you are, as JD Vance has said. By the way, isn't this the same Zelensky that showed up in Pennsylvania and gave his support to Kamala Harris when she was still running for president? Or am I tripping? If he did that, it's further proof that he does not want this war to end, because he knew that the Kamala Harris administration, like the Joe Biden administration, will continue giving him money or pumping money to fund this war and brush his ego. He knew that with Donald Trump, things would be tight. He won't be giving out money that easily, especially since he's on a path of making America great again. And that includes using America's money or finances or economy for Americans only, and then stray dogs later. People are so fixated on how Trump and JD Vance spoke to Zelensky, but they failed to mention that Zelensky had blackmail intentions before coming to the meeting. And the world needed to see that, So, hey, and you know what he said? When he left Washington, D.C., he promised to have discussions with Russian President Vladimir Putin, but he has taken to social media to say that he will no longer be in discussion with Vladimir Putin. He has changed his mind. So to him, he does not want this war to end. To him, all of this is a game. He's gambling with his people's life. This man thinks it's a game. He thinks his people are in here to play a game. He thinks that he has the cards to be bargaining and, making people do his bidding. He thinks he has the will to rope in the United States into this facade. He thinks people dying, like Ukrainian people dying, is a bargaining chip to make America snap and do his bidding. And it's not like that. It's not going to work like that. Yes, it's a shame that, Trump and JD Vance got out of character in front of the media, because people are now seeing that displayed on camera and they are forgetting the whole context on what made them act this way. Zelensky had intentions and he never thought that it would, come out in the media the way it did, but it did. And now he's trying to make damage control. And now he's on a media tour to paint himself as a good person by saying that, me and my people will continue fighting this war because we believe in the sovereignty of our state. We want to protect it, blah 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 blah. But literally, he is bargaining with his people's lives. This war, he started this war to prove a point. I don't know, maybe to audition to get into NATO. I don't know what it is, but he started this war with Russia. Allowing the West military camp to be in your country so close to Russia, so close that it could spy on Russian intelligence and jeopardize Russia and, start a war with Russia anytime unintended or involuntary without Russia being prepared already to attack or protect itself. It's literally ambush. It was ambush and Russia is defending itself. Zelensky started this. He must end this. I agree he's so used to coming to the United States, riling up that old man Biden, playing with his cheeks, and then Biden being so excited gives him that $350 billion check, and he goes on and continue on a war spree. And Trump is saying, no, it's not going to happen on my watch. No, things are going to change under my regime. And hey, if you think you can come to the the White House, the Oval Office, and threaten the leader of the free world, then hey, ciao. Give me money or risk World War III. He's playing with World War III. He's shuffling the cards of World War III. Stop it. We will not be played by Zelensky. He knows exactly what he's doing. And the European Union played him. I feel like Ukraine Europe is the neighbor of Ukraine. They are neighbors. They should be doing the most. Why is America, country that is so far in the West, and now is emballed or being made to do things that are not even part of the economical growth, to fund things that they did not start, to prevent wars that they did not start? Why is that? So yes, do I agree with the way they addressed him? No. Do I think that Zelensky is a hero for standing up for Ukraine? No. I think he was bargaining with his people's lives in order to make America snap and, feel like, we have to step in as the big brother of geopolitics and protect the people of Ukraine. No. You want America to keep funding you? Sign the deals to to your country's minerals. Sign that agreement, and maybe they will fund you with this war, maybe not, or they can help you mediate. They can help mediate between you and Putin, and maybe you can get off unscathed and resign, and maybe your people will find peace. That's the least America can do right now. And people on social media saying that, oh my gosh, Zelensky has been, sidelined. Zelensky did not see this coming. He was blindsided by Trump. Trump siding with Russia in this war. Trump is not siding with Russia in this war. It's about mutual respect between Trump and Putin. They know where they stand with each other. It's a mutual respect with each other. And when you have someone like that in your life, I'm just speaking in general, when you have someone like that in your life where you know where you both stand with each other, there's some certain or mutual respect that grows within that relationship. And that is what Trump and Putin are at. It's a mutual respect. Trump is not siding with Russia or anything, or Russia is siding with Putin. Russia is siding with Trump. No, it's not that. It's a mutual respect. Something Zelensky knows nothing about, or something Zelensky has no relationship with America based on that concept. He sees America as a piggy bank, and now that the bank has closed, he's throwing a fit like a little child. What do you think about this segment? Comment to us in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and share the broadcast. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss these groundbreaking conversations.